Another question was on looking for examples or suggestions for a token economy, where the learner earns coins and cashes them in for secondary reinforcers. Okay, so anything related to a token economy is has to be taught. Okay, so students have to learn the meaning of those, especially if it's a secondary reinforcer. And the way to teach them that secondary reinforcers, which are tokens essentially, are motivating is that they're paired with primary reinforcers. So if we're working towards some sort of token system, we would start the students with a first end contingency, depending on their age and their level. They would just learn, first I do something, then I get something. If you think about an FR1 kind of system where every time you show the response or every time we do the task, you get reinforcement. From there, we'd move to backwards chaining a token board. So that last token now was starting to be conditioned and paired with the primary reinforcer. So we pair the token, and something very visual is much better. Pair that token with, a chocolate chip or with the iPad or whatever their reinforcer is. As soon as they get that token, that's coming at the same time as the reinforcer. So that happens. And once they kind of get the hang of that, then you have the last 2 tokens of the token board. You may get them on a 3 token board. If they're successful with that, you get them on a 5 token or a 10 token board or whatever is going to work. So often one of the mistakes I see is that token boards are running and they're being traded in twice a week. And I think part of keeping the token board or the secondary reinforcement system motivating is that the rate of reinforcement, right? Think about rate, magnitude, effort, all of those parts of a reinforcement system. The rate is realistic and it's happening fast enough so that the student is accessing reinforcement. Because if they're getting these tokens once every 3 hours, and then on a Tuesday and a Friday they get iPad time because last week on Thursday they got 3 tokens, it starts to lose its momentum. So I think part of the trick with making it meaningful is it has to be happening quickly enough, for sure at the beginning. With older students, we do a lot of tallies. My theory is always keep it simple, as is Shayna's. So especially if someone else is implementing the token system, creativity is great and making it look pretty is really great. And some people really love it. And some teachers are really connected to those laminated visuals. And some teachers find it really overwhelming. So we try to keep it simple. Sometimes it's just a whiteboard with tallies. Sometimes it's actual token boards. I have some staff who are trading in the kids' tokens for money. And then once a week, they're able to purchase things in the market. And this was actually a common thing that we're working on because they would have the students earn money. And then once a week, they'd be able to purchase things in the store. That was happening on Fridays. The students were earning this money all week. And it was okay, they were excited about the money, but I don't think that they quite understood the connection between behavior, token or money, and that reinforcer because they were so far apart. So my suggestion there was, they could be saving that money for the store at the end of the week. And that could be cumulative, but at the same time, have them traded in more often. So if they got $10, they could spend it right away, but it also adds up and they can save it to still spend. It doesn't go away. Now that goes into their piggy bank. So that's a good option where they could trade it in more often and also save it. So there's that immediate effect and also the cumulative effect. And that seems to be working better.